Welcome to the Switch On podcast. My name is Adora Lumina Mbelu, bright light, purpose driver, and your number one purpose and productivity coach. Each week, you will learn how to own your mind and body and make it work for you on your life's journey. I want to show you that while you may not always have control over external forces, you can create your own pathway to fulfilling your God-given mission. And it all starts with your mind. Hey guys, Adora here, and welcome to this episode of Switch On. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that I'm definitely sure that you want to hear, okay? But you have to bring out your notepad. I want you to write stuff down, okay? Because we're going to be learning something that I know you want to learn. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but trust me, this is a crucial part of your life. Are you ready for it? Do you have your notepad? Yeah? Okay, we're going to be talking about how to sleep better. Okay, a lot of people struggle with sleep. Like, lack of sleep is one of the highest rated reasons for poor mental and poor physical health. Sleep is a time for your brain and for your body to just engage in that vital growth and repair. So it is an essential part of a healthy lifestyle. When you're talking about healthy lifestyle, a lot of times, like, we're focusing on, like, vitamins, we're focusing on eating healthy, we're focusing on going to the gym and all of that stuff. But many people are going short on sleep. And sleep is incredibly important for your healthy lifestyle. Okay, so many people suffer from, like, insomnia, from sleep apnea, and just downright, I ain't be able to find sleep, or in some cases, sleep can't find me, as we often tell ourselves. But I want you to listen to this, and I want you to break any forms of resistance that you have. So drop that whole idea of, like, I can never sleep. I don't think this podcast is going to help me sleep any better. Like, we don't sleep in my family, or I've always been a bad sleeper. Sleep is just not my thing, or how we tell ourselves that real people don't sleep, rich people don't sleep, entrepreneurs don't sleep, all that stuff, okay? I think that a lot of times the inability to sleep is either due to a health condition, but also other times it is just a habit that has been formed over time. So first, we're going to talk about some sleep facts, okay, before we talk about the tips. It's interesting that man is the only mammal that willingly delays sleep. So other animals typically have routine sleep schedules. So once an animal is tired, they just shut down. But for humans, we decide to actively delay our sleep. Also, most healthy adults need to get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night, right? Other people will say that they cannot perform at their peak unless they've slept an average of 10 hours. So this shows that you're more than likely not getting enough sleep. Okay, I think for most young people, especially creative people, like, you're up most of the night, you're probably getting like 3-4 hours of sleep. If you're lucky, 5 hours of sleep. That is not enough sleep. Sleep, like I said, is just as important as diet and exercise. And people who have sleep disorders are at risk for chronic illnesses. So things like cardiovascular diseases, gastrointestinal diseases, like, you're more likely to get that if you're not sleeping well. So now let's talk about the tips, okay? I'm going to be sharing with you some tips to help you get better quality sleep. So not just sleep, but better quality sleep in 2021 and beyond. Are you ready? Write this down. Number one is to create the right bedroom environment. Trust me, I always say this, the small things have the capacity to just have, like, massive impact on the things that we do. So invest in a better bed. Like, if your bed is not working for you, invest in a better bed. Invest in better bed sheets, pillowcases, right? It all counts. In fact, if you need to put blinds in your bedroom, if you need to put a dark curtain, try to create that bedroom environment that actually forces you to sleep. You'll find that sometimes just by having, like, a stained pillowcase or, a damp pillowcase or something, it's not, who's excited to sleep on that stuff, right? This is about brain training as well, right? So you're trying to train your brain to say, we're in a cozy environment and we need to shut down, okay? So create the right bedroom environment that actually works for you. Also, plan to go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. So scheduling is very helpful with trying to get good quality sleep. So instead of just being like, I'll sleep when I'm sleepy, right? Get to the point where you can actually structure a routine. Like, you start to wind down before bed and you know that I'm sleeping every night at 9 p.m. or I'm sleeping every night at 10 p.m., whatever the case is, sleep at that same time every day, okay? The routines are very helpful. Then also eat an early dinner, okay? So eating 2 to 3 hours before sleep allows for better digestion. You'll just realize that you feel lighter before you sleep. Don't eat a heavy meal and then try to go to sleep because you'll probably experience some discomfort, right? Which makes sleeping even harder, okay? Then avoid caffeine. Avoid soda, avoid coffee, avoid tea. Yes, tea has caffeine unless you're drinking decaffeinated tea. Avoid chocolate. Chocolate has caffeine as well. So it's interesting how we don't always know these things. When we think caffeine, we just think coffee, but there's so many other things that have caffeine. So avoid that because it has the ability to just kind of keep you up. Another thing that can be very helpful is to write down your plans for the next day. One of the biggest resisting elements of sleep is actually overthinking because your brain is trying to process what happened throughout the day. You're thinking about what you need to do tomorrow. You're trying to ask yourself, oh my gosh, I hope I don't forget this particular thing, whatever the case. So write down your plans for the next day. In fact, you can even take it a step further and place out your clothes for the next day too. Remember when you were a kid and like you would put your uniforms, for school, you put it aside, you would have like your socks, your shoes, everything's laid out because you know that you have to wake up early the next day and you don't want to have to deal with, pulling all that stuff out. It's the same thing. Let's apply it in your adulthood as well. Place your clothes out for the next day so that you know that you can go to sleep not even worrying about those things. Because trust me, you might feel like you're actively not thinking about those things, but somewhere in your subconscious, your brain is processing it. Your brain is saying, what are we wearing tomorrow? So when you're trying to sleep, there are too many tabs open, right? So one less thing to think about. Write down your plans for the next day. Also have a shower. Like no matter how tired you are, have a shower, okay? I think showers just are very helpful in calming us down, making us feel clean, yes, but also just calming us down, right? A lot of times it's very easy to skip showers because you're just kind of tired and you just don't feel like it, or sometimes you just wash your face. If you're doing that, hey, that's your thing. But I think that if you're trying to, enjoy your sleep, then you want to make sure that, you enjoy that shower. And it could be a warm shower, right? Like whatever the case, you want a cold shower, that's fine too, but have a shower. Also limit technology within 2 hours of bedtime. Okay, so I try as much as possible not to touch my device when I know that I have an hour, to sleep. Okay, so because again, your brain is probably going to be cluttered with too much information. Your brain is trying to still process things while you're trying to sleep. So physically, you're trying to sleep, but your mind is breaking down what happened in this celebrity's house yesterday because that's what your brain has seen, has consumed, right, from the information that you're sharing with it. So limit technology within 2 hours of bedtime. And trust me, I know that it's hard, even as I'm saying this, but there's no shortcuts, okay? If you really want to do this, you have to do it right. Then also give yourself, this is actually pretty cool, okay? You don't have to wait for spa massages. Give yourself a head, neck, and foot massage. It's crazy the relief that you get from this stuff, right? So literally, even with your palms, we have tension spots on our palms and on our feet, and we don't realize it, right? So a lot of times if you press down and you just kind of, massage your hands, massage your feet, massage your head, your neck, and all of that stuff, you just, again, your body feels less tense. Okay, so your body has experienced a lot of tension throughout the day, and just being able to touch parts of your body, right, is very, very helpful to the sleep process. And by touch parts of your body, only the PG rated parts. All right, so now the next thing is to listen to sleep music. I found sleep music to be like one of the greatest sleep hacks ever. In fact, I don't know why I never discovered it earlier, but there's like sleep music that just has like ambient sound. So a lot of times like I would listen to rain sounds or I would listen to, some of the ambient music sounds that are very helpful in just like shutting down your brain, right? Like shutting out your mind, and just kind of calming you. I find it very, very relaxing. I find it healing as well. So if you went on like your music platform, you can just probably type in sleep music, or you can type in healing music, and you probably see, some of this stuff that pops up. It's incredible. Like I use it very actively. I'm a very active user of sleep music. I think I have multiple playlists on my phone, on my device. So it's very, very helpful. So I just put on my earphones, or I'll put on, my Bluetooth speaker and just kind of play this. And it really is helpful in shutting you down. And finally, my last tip for you is keep trying. Okay, keep trying. You have to really want to sleep and be willing to put in the effort to start to see progress on your sleep journey. So a lot of the things I've shared today are probably things that you've heard before, maybe, right? Maybe there's some you haven't heard, but trust me, it's not enough to just know it. You have to actively practice these things. The more you do them, the more you realize that they actually work. They may not work for you the first day, they may not work the second day, but if you do it over a period of time, you will start to see the difference. All right. So I hope that this helps you sleep better. If this helped you in any way, please share it with other people, share it with people in your community, share it with your friends, with your family. Also, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube as well. And also follow me on Instagram at adora.lumina. I will catch you on the next episode of the Switch On podcast.